we're a consultancy working in the defence, helping businesses that are either in defence expand their operations, expand their client base, or companies that wish to join defence, for them to get into the defence sector, get them ready, find what their niche is, what they offer, and match that to the requirements of defence and see where we can get them in. Been in the sector for probably 40 years, did 20 years in the RAN, and done 20 years since working in the defence sector. I've worked got out of the Navy and was working on projects as a supervisor, worked on projects for project team positions from supervisor right through to project manager, all different positions within it. I was heading down that project's path, but as I learned more and more about defence, I started doing more and more in regards of business development, bid management, tendering, that sort of thing. So through that, I started developing a lot of contacts within defence, both understanding the supply chain through my projects, through with business development and business bid management, learning a lot about the supply chain, especially in WA. The 20 years have been spent here. And so there's not many companies out there I don't know about that are existing in the defence sector, but I'm learning every day about other companies that wish to join defence in this new industry that we're building. I'm co-located with another company, one of my clients, so I'm working in there in the AMC, which gives me great access to the existing companies and a great location for other companies to come down to actually see how the AMC works and see all the companies that are in the area, etc. So yeah, it's a great central location for defence. Basically any company really. Obviously a lot of the companies that are from oil and gas sector, mining, that have capability in most of the services that translate across, and of course all three services have different requirements. But specifically on the maritime sector, we use a lot of guys who, such as what Marine you heard from before, that in the defence sector and in the other sectors as well. So we help all those mechanical services providers, any companies realistically, IT companies, to help get into the sector. It depends on what they're doing, where we can match them up to the requirements of defence, which is the main thing. We have a good close look at what they do, where their niche is, where their strengths are, and we try and match them to the requirements that defence has, either now or in the future. So they have a good idea of what they've got to do as well to get into the sector, and how to build their systems, their processes to match the requirements of defence. I'm working with Watt Marine, with Kafer Industries, Kafer Novacoat, which in Australia is known mainly as a painting company. We're looking at what they do overseas to bring that into Australia. Working with a company called AIOST, which is an IT battle management space company. A few other companies as well, casting company. So it's a great cross-section of companies that we're working with, not just one specific area. Mainly WA based at the moment. I've got one or two that are across the country, the national. But we're looking, it just so happens that most of the interest is from WA. A lot of the South Australian companies, for example, are already established. They believe that and that's what they've got. So a lot of it is, the interest is actually here in WA. And what I'm finding too is a lot of the prime interest is actually in WA. So they're looking for WA as a point where we can export from down the track. So Australia's a safe country, it's a stable government, etc., stable economy, and it's a safe port within the Indian Ocean. So a lot of countries are looking into here, which gives us the opportunity then to rebound off that. Well, it's pretty exciting. It's certainly keeping me busy. I think there's plenty of opportunity out there, but it depends on how you go about it. And obviously, with myself, the knowledge and the people I know are a great help. Companies that are coming in blind, they need to get people like myself. They need to go through the CDIC, that sort of thing, to get an understanding of what's required because defence, as we know, is a totally different animal to a lot of other industries. Definitely. I'm doing what I'm working on at the moment. Those agencies is to import into WA, and then from there expand out to other areas within the Indian Ocean and Pacific. A lot of that is to bring it into Australia first, with the opportunity to expand from that down the track. So it's all long-term aspirations. Over the next 3 or 4 years, you're going to see a lot of the supply chains already be established. So as these contracts start to move through their life cycle, the primes are going to have their supply chain set. Over C5000 in the next 2 years is going to be in project. C1180 in the next couple of months could be in project. So those supply chains are going to be set. So I see that the BD side of the business has got a finite life. So part of what I'm doing is to diversify my own business as well, which is what I try to talk to other companies about. So I'm doing what I'm preaching, which is diversifying my business. So I'm hoping to pick up a couple of agencies. So in hopefully about 2 or 3 weeks, I'll have a couple of announcements to make about being Australian agent for other companies that are wishing to grow and expand in Australia.